Uh, we're live. We are live. See, you wouldn't know it.
Just a while.
Yeah, we're a little bit late. No, about 13 minutes, but that's all right. Hello, everybody. It's Skip Clark. This is the Skip Happens podcast. And welcome. Deb's a little bit blurry, but that's all right. She's on a different computer tonight. What did I say? That's all right.
It's really not all right. I've
No,
had a
it's
lot
not
of
all right.
technical difficulties tonight.
She's right down there. There's Deb, president and founder of the official country music fan club. And right over there, well, let's see. That's our guest tonight. And she's no stranger to the Skip Happens podcast. I love this woman. I really do. And I was just telling her off the air that I've liked her ever since day one because she's got that star potential and she can do it. Ladies and gentlemen, love her. Her name's Paige King Johnson. Welcome back to the podcast, Paige. How are you?
Hi, I'm lovely. I swear I love being with y'all because I don't even feel like I'm getting interviewed. I literally just feel like I'm at a family reunion.
Pretty much.
Good thing you feel that way. That's very, very important that we make you that comfortable.
It's that's all that we ever feel like. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find y'all's thing so I can share it on my page too.
Yeah, it's Skip.
Awesome.
Skip, you know what it rhymes with, but it's Skip Happens.
Okay, I think we worked. I think
Or the Country Music Fan Club. You can go to that Facebook
New
page,
one.
which is
yeah,
kind of
I
cool.
like Deb's page better, so I did it on that one.
I love you.
I hate you. And I'm going to play a little bit of this before we get into what we're going to talk about here tonight. Give this a listen. This is brand new and it's coming out like as we speak. So listen. I actually love this. It's very cool.
Don't, baby, don't pull the cork from the bottle if you don't wanna talk, wanna kiss, wanna find out, baby, what it is, what's going on in this room, all the chemistry between me and you, baby, don't let me linger any longer if you don't want me to fall like a domino, like the sunset sinking down in Mexico.
Bring it, Skip.
I love it.
And that's it. It's Baby Don't. That
Love
is
it.
the next single from Paige. And
Yes.
we'll play it again in just a little bit. Let's get right to the point. Tell us about that song. It's like your third or fourth release to radio, right? I mean, at least.
Yeah, my third release to radio, which is crazy because I met y'all whenever I was doing my first release. And
Water Down the Whiskey. Was that it?
yeah, in 2019, which feels
Oh
like
my gosh.
Yeah.
5 lifetimes ago.
Really?
Yeah, yes. Oh my
Deb,
gosh.
that was right when you were just forming the country music fan club, and like you and Skip were not half as comfortable with each other as you are now.
You are so right. We've been with each other for our whole ride. I
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
that.
pretty much. You were actually in the studio here. I know your mom, Connie. By the way, tell her we said hello. And when you came, oh yeah, there she is. When she came
Connie.
through, when you came through with the radio tour before the pandemic and all that, we had you right here in the podcast studio. So that was kind of cool.
It's
And we
crazy.
had pizza and wings, I think.
Yes, I was just thinking about that tonight.
Sounds good. Huh? Well, let's talk about you, Paige. I know you've been with us before, no stranger to the podcast, as I mentioned. Let's talk about the brand new single, Baby Don't. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Baby Don't is the first song that I've ever cut and released that was not written by me. I found this song because my mentor and friend, Miss Pam Tillis, it came across her lap and she knew that I was working on some new music and that I was kind of looking around for some new sounds and different songs. And so she texted me this song. She goes, Paige, I just heard this song and it sounds just like you. And if you don't record it, you're crazy. And I was like, well, okay, let me listen to it then. And I found out that the songwriters on this song were my number one hero in songwriting, Lori McKenna, and Liz Rose and Hillary Lindsay. And they were the three writers, which was insane that a song written by those ladies came across my lap. But I fell in love with it and we took it into the studio and it came to life so quickly in the studio and was just so much fun. And it's I feel like it's that missing piece of my music and what I was looking for in being an artist. So I'm excited.
I'm not taking my clothes off. I'm just saying this is my Pam Tillis autographed hat. I just want you to know that.
That's amazing.
It is. It's cool. I got all sorts of things like that. But you mentioned Pam Tillis, and you've talked to us before about your relationship with Pam Tillis and in the way of music and all that. Has she heard? I would assume she's heard the finished product here, correct?
Yeah, she has. We've all heard it 5 bajillion times because she also ended up producing the music video for this song as well. And that's kind of how we got started. Our relationship got started was that she directed the music video for Just Like You.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just kind of been there and been such a dang powerhouse to me as, on the mentor side of things, as a woman in country music, and just kind of helping push me along the way and show me, oh, wait, don't cross that line. That's a mistake I've made in my past or whatever. And so, yeah, she's excited about this song too.
You know what I love about this song? There's a lot of lady power.
Yes,
3
there is.
female writers.
Yes.
That's what we need, though. We need a lot of that.
Yes,
Seriously, it's been too much of the guy thing for so long.
We're tired of guys.
Mhm. They're cute, but we need some lady power.
Yes. And that's what we loved about filming the music video for this. It was a complete female crew and everything that we worked on it. So it was just a really cool day to be able to just like completely be surrounded by all the estrogen that was ever needed on a project of mine.
Now, where did you film the video? In your
In
hometown?
Nashville.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Very
Yes.
nice. So I must have missed you when you were there because I've been back and forth a lot this year.
Deb is there every other hour. Or so it seems.
See, what's happening, Skip, is she's not telling you, but she just has a lot of bachelorette parties that she's going to. She's just filling in with all the other 5,000 ladies in matching t-shirts.
There you go.
Exactly.
She knew it. She knew my secret.
Now I know. So, but how cool is that to have somebody like Pam Tillis kind of guiding you through the beginning steps of your career? I shouldn't even call it the beginning steps. Like you said, this is your third single to country radio, Baby Don't. And it already blew me away. It's excellent. And your other stuff blew me away. It's just like, it's unbelievable. They were good. This is great.
Well, thanks.
So just keep going. I mean, do you ever like say, I need to talk to Pam. I got to find out whatever, or I need to talk to her before I do this or that. Have you been able to do that?
Oh, for sure. And people laugh about it and they probably don't believe me, but Pam and I like either talk on the phone or text or
sure,
just send an email or whatever, like once a day at least. If I haven't spoken to her, then there's something that has gone bad wrong. And so she's super sweet. And it's anything. It could be music related and business related, or it could be like she just got a new plant for her house and she'll send me a picture of it and say,
"Oh my God, how cool!"
Here, I'm like, yeah, this is so freaking cool.
You know, what'd be really cool is the fact that because she is working with you and the songs that you're putting out, we've had Pam Tillis on with us before.
Yeah,
it'd be really cool to get you both on and talk about what's going on.
We need to get us together because she is a hoot. Let me tell you.
Oh, we know that. Yes. Yeah, we had fun with her on the podcast here a while ago when she was one of our guests. So that was kind of cool.
She's a sweetheart too.
Yeah. Now I noticed on your Facebook page, you're like going nonstop now. I know, but this is a good thing. And you're playing at least fairly close to home. You're in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So you've got gigs coming up in the next couple of days and then over the weekend as well.
I do. I'm so grateful to be busy though. I mean, y'all know that like I thrive whenever I'm on the road and being able to see people and play shows. And so 2020 really got me down in the dumps and I felt like gut punched me. And so I swore up and down that whenever I got busy, I would never complain about it again. Well, I kind of broke that promise because I've most definitely complained about being tired, but I am very mindful about how grateful I am to be busy and to be able to play live shows and to be able to travel around and see, new people and play new songs for them. So it's been a good year.
Did we get did we get the chance to chat with you during the pandemic? I don't recall if we did or didn't. Maybe it was just before the pandemic. I'm not really sure. But how did you handle? You said it was like a gut punch, but still, were you able to kind of regroup a little bit and work on your music?
Yeah, I came home from Nashville and I came back to North Carolina and I just thought, oh, this will be like a 2-week break and I'll get back out to Nashville. Everything will be good. And 2 weeks turned into 15 years and here we are. But I took the time. I was like, okay, I definitely had a week or two where I was like just wallowing in my feelings. And then I was like, okay, Paige, well, this isn't getting any better. And if you're going to make it better, then you're going to have to do it yourself. And so I decided that I was just going to have to go ahead and bite the bullet and get comfortable with doing songwrites over Zoom. I was scared to death to do that. And now it's so funny because it feels like second nature. And I haven't written a song in person with somebody in forever. So that was definitely a curveball that I had to kind of work around. But yeah, I did a lot of writing. I wrote like 85 songs last year.
Oh my.
Oh my Lord. You got enough music for how many now? I mean, it's like putting them in a safe and hanging on to them for use later on. And
I know it's crazy, but I mean, some of my favorite songs came out of it. I mean, there's definitely there's a lot of crap that came out of it too. But that's what you got to do is you have to write so that you can get all the bad songs out and then the good ones come through. And some of my favorite songs came out of last year's lockdown. So, and some of them might see the light of day soon.
That's awesome. I can't wait. I cannot wait. How close are you to New Bern?
Yeah, no, I just saw Corey.
Yeah. Yep. Somebody said they saw you in New Bern.
2-ish hours from there, but I was there on Friday.
Oh, wow.
I got to open up for a band called Sister Hazel. They're like a Southern
rock. Yep. Know it well. That's
really cool.
I kind of grew up listening to them. Thank you very much, Sister Hazel. That's me though. It's kind of like they're like a rock, more of a a little bit different, but that's kind of cool that you were able to get in front of a lot of their fans as well, with your music too.
So. Yeah. And anytime I can play for North Carolina people, I'm so stoked. So it was fun.
Cool.
Glad you're here, Corey.
Excellent stuff.
Have you been outside of North Carolina much?
I have. I've been going down to South Carolina quite a bit into Myrtle Beach. And then I had to travel to go out to Iowa to do a radio show back in June, I believe. And then where else have I been? And then back and forth to Nashville. And I went out to Las Vegas earlier this year. I've been out there a couple of times playing shows, which has been really cool, actually, to be able to go out there.
Where do you play?
I feel like I haven't seen it in all of its glory, but it's still been good.
You have to.
I played at. Sorry, my computer's doing something funny.
It's Deb causing that.
Losers in the MGM. And I also got to play at Coyote Ugly in the New York hotel.
Oh, very cool.
Yes.
Alabama. Your mom says Alabama.
Yes. She's the momager of the year. Yes. I've also been to Alabama.
Yeah, she's not going to let you miss anything. I'm just saying.
Well, and the thing is, she knows all this because she's such a sweetheart and she travels with me to most of my shows because she doesn't want me to be by myself, which I love her for that. And so she's like my tour manager and my bus driver all wrapped into one.
And your mom. That's right.
Better way though.
Yep. Exactly. That's what moms are for. She's a wonderful person. I know you come from a wonderful family. You keep flashing your hand there and something keeps reminding me. I don't know what. Yeah. It's like, oh, it's bright. Jeez. Wow, young
So
lady.
fill
Something
in
happened.
our audience.
Yeah, we need to get the dirt here.
I
Something happened
know.
since last time.
It's crazy, man. It's what happens when you grow up.
You're adulting. You are now adulting.
I'm adulting, or either I'm just going to commit myself to spending the rest of my life with someone just as immature as I am. Either way.
There
You
you
know,
go.
the key to having to a good life is never grow up. Yes,
That's true.
you need to make certain decisions. I get that, but don't grow up.
I'm
I'm
a
just
full
saying.
advocate of the whole like you're only as old as you feel, or you're whatever young as I don't know what it is, but
Mhm,
the fact of like just stay young if you can.
mhm.
Absolutely. I mean, look
But
at me.
yeah, that's right.
This is
So I did see your post when you did get engaged, but how long has it been? Maybe 4 or 5 months now?
Time
Or is it
flies. It was last November. Crazy enough.
Oh, no way.
Thanks for
Yeah.
being on top of that, Deb.
Well, seriously, I totally remember seeing the pictures and everything in my head, so I don't
It's
remember it being that lo So when's the wedding date? Has it been set?
it's gonna be April of
I
next
got
year.
my invite to
Oh,
get yours,
good.
Deb.
Okay. Well, no, there's a lot of long engagements. That's why I ask. I know people that will be engaged for 2 years and they just plan it because they're traveling, they're working and whatnot. So I was
Yeah.
just curious. Well,
So,
congratulations.
Well,
yeah,
thank
April.
give us the dirt on this guy.
He's amazing. He's great. He's awesome.
He better be,
He is
because we're gonna
not
kick his
musically
butt if he's not.
inclined, right? He's not musically inclined whatsoever. He can barely play the radio. And I
Mhm.
always told myself, I'm like, you're not going to end up with a musician because we're just too fickle of people, and I couldn't
Mhm.
deal with that. I already get frustrated with myself enough, and so um, he's perfect. He's
That's awesome.
the person that I wrote just like you about. That's him in every single line.
Mhm.
That's awesome. We're so proud of you and so happy for you.
Thank you.
Let's take it back a little bit. I know, you have been on here before and we've talked about your beginnings, but just kind of refresh everybody. I'm sure we got viewers that didn't catch this before. How long have you been playing?
I started playing guitar when I was 10 years old. Crazy enough.
Mm.
And I started playing piano a few years before that, mainly just because I wanted to be like my older sister, who was also in piano lessons at the time. And when I was 10 years old, my grandpa bought me a guitar for Christmas,
Mhm.
and that he encouraged me to obviously go and start taking lessons, and so I did. And the following Easter, he actually ended up passing away, and so kind of took that as my sign from God and from him and the world that music may be something that I might want to, focus on a little bit more, since he believed in me so much. And
Yeah.
so that was really when I started delving into music deeper, and I fell so hard for it at that point, and
Mhm.
it was just no looking back after that.
Well, your grandpa wanted you to do this.
Yes.
And he's so proud of you. I can tell you that much. And now that all comes back to me when you were talking about that. And I remember the guitar story and all that with,
Mhm.
what your grandpa did. So
I tell people all the time, I said he's got the best seats to every show.
yep. Yep. He's always
Oh.
there and he's going to watch over you and he's going to make sure you
Yes.
do it right. And you are doing it
Yes.
right. So,
Mhm.
Well, thank you.
yeah. What is it like for an artist? Now, you're an up and coming artist. Definitely got star power. There's no doubt about it. I've mentioned that. That's a very nice looking mug. Deb, we sent her a Skip Happens mug.
Mhm.
And as you can tell, she is definitely using it. Not.
Well,
Um,
she's waiting for the new mug, that's
yeah,
all.
I
She knows
did.
to have a new style.
Yeah.
This is the version
Mhm.
3.
Yeah,
So
I was informed that I did not have the most updated version, so I was a little upset.
yeah.
Mhm.
So our people are contacting her people and we're taking care of it. But
Mhm.
now I lost my train of thought. But the
I'm a
whole mug
what were
thing.
you saying? I'm an up and coming artist.
Yes.
Yeah, and I can see you with this new song, "Baby Don't." I That's going to be played a lot on the radio. I mean, your other ones were as well, because as you know, I'm a fan, as well as a friend. Um, it just Go ahead, Deb. You going to say something? Oh, I thought.
Well, as kind of circling around your music, did I read you just signed
Yeah.
a deal, correct?
Yes, I did with PCG Records, and
Mhm.
um, Bernard Porter, who's the head of the label. He's been a champion of mine.
That's the audience clapping because you signed the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you, audience. I appreciate it. No, I've been working with Bernard over the past couple of years through an artist development deal that I've had with him, and he's just been such a good guiding light through everything, and really been a good person to kind of help me roadmap how I want things to happen and where I saw myself as an artist growing towards. And this was definitely on the path towards that. I didn't know in what capacity. And then Bernard came to me a few months ago, and he said, I didn't see you growing this quickly as much as you have. And so he said, I believe in you. I do. I've always believed in you. And I would love to start a label around you and for you to be my artist, my flagship artist for this, and kind of see where it goes. And he had this opportunity to partner together with Sony and the Orchard to be able to help us get the music out there. And so it's been a really fun thing to kind of explore and see what it all means.
What a great
So,
start.
How did you feel making the jump, though, or the transition, I should say, because it's really not a jump, from independent artist to signed artist?
It was weird because I've always prided myself on being an independent artist and being able to call my shots and, really have a say in where my music goes and on what timeline it goes on. And so I've always told myself that I wouldn't agree to a deal unless it was right for me. And going to school at Belmont and getting a degree in music business, you hear all those horror stories and all the cautions of, like there can be some really bad deals out there, and it can ruin your career before you even get started. And so this was kind of the perfect mix of everything that I had ever kind of seen that I wanted, with still being able to own my own music and kind of control things in that area, but also having the help and the forces that come with a label and the support and the contacts that you have through that. And so it's been a really cool thing to kind of be able to get the Hannah Montana best of both worlds situation.
I was going to say, you really have the best of both worlds, and that's really important because a lot of artists don't get that opportunity.
Yes, so I'm so grateful to Bernard and PCG and the Orchard and Sony and everybody kind of coming together because they believe in good country music.
And you've got
amazing year. What an amazing year Paige has had.
I know. Forget about everything else.
It's been a year.
Mm-hmm.
See, everything happens for a reason.
It truly
Look
does.
at it, you just keep going. And I think that even may helped you out to get moving a little bit as well.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Last year was definitely frustrating in a lot of ways. And it's easy to see on this side of things that, everything does happen for a reason and timing is everything. But when you're in the thick of it and you feel like nothing is happening, it can be frustrating. And I was definitely stuck in that for a long time. And so now that everything's kind of moving, it feels really good.
What is the official release date for Baby Doll?
This Friday.
That's what 15th. I thought. That's right. That's a good day, That's a very good day.
Because it's your birthday, right?
Yes. But we're not telling anyone.
See?
It's Kim's birthday.
See, so now that's another reason that there you go. I'm just saying. But no, that's a great date. And it's Friday's the official release date, but it's already it's sent to radio, which is kind of cool. And I know I got a phone call on it today. So just so you know, your people are working on it.
Good.
Yes. And I already
give them an extra Snickers bar this week.
Yep. And I already told them, no problem. So
good.
Not even a question.
Yes.
Not even a question on our end.
Tell us about a day in the life of Paige King Johnson.
Well, every day I wake up and the first thing I do is work out because I'm crazy.
Good. Okay.
No, I love being able to start my day being active and but I'm the person that I have to psych myself out of it. So if I'm not working out within 15 minutes of me waking up, then it's probably not going to happen. And so I work out in the mornings. And then it's usually answering emails and getting back to messages on Facebook and Instagram and trying to coordinate all that kind of stuff. And then if it's towards the beginning of the week, I'm such a physical, like have to see things in person. And so I'll sit down with my calendar and I have to like plan out everything of like, okay, I need to record these videos this day. And if I have any kind of like collaborations with brands that I'm creating content for them, then I'm like, okay, this is the day we're going to put on makeup and shoot all of that stuff. And then if I have a write, then I'll go into the write. And there's always some like scheduling shows in between there. And I'm toggling back and forth between all that. So it's very crazy and just like squirrel here, squirrel there, squirrel everywhere. But it works and I love it.
Then before you know it, it's dinner time. And
That's right.
here we are. So,
That's right. And then skip happens.
You got to love it. So what do you do for fun?
What is that?
Well, you are having fun.
Yeah, I play music. I mean, I work for fun.
I mean, do you go out and hit a baseball around? Do you run?
Obviously, you've never seen me like try to do anything that requires coordination skill. Was never sportly inclined whatsoever.
Okay.
I grew up riding horses, so that's a different kind of coordination.
Yeah, but that's cool. Deb's a horse person. Deb had horses.
We've talked about that. So,
and I could never do any kind of sports, like throw a baseball. So same.
Yeah, it's for me. I love cooking too and baking. I think we've talked about that. So I spend a lot of time in the kitchen because it's another creative outlet for me to be able to kind of explore and do some stuff. And I've recently gotten into DIYing stuff.
What is it?
Because my fiance's house, he's been in it for a little while and it needed some upgrading.
Oh, DIY. I didn't know what you said. I'm going, huh? I get you now.
Yes.
I got you. All right.
So I've been like painting furniture and just painting furniture is really what my life has been for the past 4 months.
That's cool. You posted, didn't you post something? Yeah, I remember seeing that. I thought, wow. I mean, because you're a busy person and those are kinds of things I always would love to try, but I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
But it's such a nice piece of accomplishment.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing something like that's got to be an avenue just to get your mind off other things. Because you do need to break away from those things every once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I find that going like just stepping away from like the creative aspect of things, especially like if I'm trying to write something and it's just not happening, or if I'm, trying to come up with new ideas to come up with a release plan for stuff and try to like find out some new things and just like juices aren't flowing. If I step away from that and just go and do something like jump in the kitchen or go and paint some furniture or play around with some flowers or like whatever it is, it's still working a creative part of my brain. And so it's giving that music side a rest, but still like bringing in some creativity to it. So it ends up helping in the long run.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You are the only musician or artist in the house, right?
The only one that does it in public. Yes. My dad, whenever he was in high school, he played the drums in a band.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
Yeah. And so that's where I get the performing side. And he's now an auctioneer and a real estate agent. So he loves people and he's used to being behind a microphone. So I definitely get all of that, like the artist side of things from him. He knows how to work a room for sure.
He amazes me because I've watched and listened to auctioneers before. I have no idea how they do it so fast and keep an eye on everything that's going on. You're right, Deb. You're absolutely right. It's a talent in itself.
It is. It truly is. And people don't realize that there is a legit art to being an auctioneer.
Do you go and help Dad at those events?
Oh, yeah. And especially since I've been back home in North Carolina more, He's getting his money's worth out of me. That's for sure.
Well, the cheapest help is family. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, what's nice about those things is it does keep you grounded
Oh,
because
for sure.
the entertainment industry can be a whole, as you know, it's a whole nother world. And when you're keeping your roots at home and you're doing those things, I just really, in my opinion, coming from a mom, it just really helps keep you with that good solid foundation always in the back of your mind.
Absolutely. 100%. I could not agree more. And that's why I've been so grateful for this time to, have an excuse to be back in the Carolinas and be closer to family, because it definitely has gotten me back to my roots. And I feel like that even came out a whole lot in this new wave of songs that we took into the studio, just by kind of getting out of the like non-stop monotonous kind of rhythm that I felt like I had gotten in whenever I was just grinding it out in Nashville so much. And that's one of those other silver linings that came out of the lockdown and COVID and everything, was that we were all kind of given some grace and given time to step back and reevaluate things and take back all the crap and really get back down to, what made us us in whatever form or fashion that is.
No, I agree. COVID, I mean, it was a positive in a lot of ways, as much as we all know what the negatives were. Absolutely.
Yes.
But it totally brought a lot of people back to what's important. So
100%.
Yeah, I think so. Now those people got to get back to work.
Yes.
I mean, my wait at Dunkin' Donuts in the morning is getting way too long. I'm just saying. And then you get the sign in the window that says we have new hours. We open at 9 a.m. and close at 3 p.m. It's like, what? This is Dunkin'. So
Wow.
Anyways, yeah, I know it's nuts. I'm not going to go down that road, but it is a little bit crazy. Do you have any pets?
Just our horse now.
Oh yeah, okay.
Say has a dog, so I guess I'm kind of a dog mom as well.
Cool.
So
cool.
Yeah.
Well, your horse follows you around kind of like a puppy dog in a way. You have a big puppy doggish kind of pet.
Yes.
Which I think is beautiful.
The sweetheart and a butthole all wrapped into one big old animal.
I'm going to play a little bit more. I'm going to play the new single. Here it is. So let's just sit back and listen to it. I'm going to play it all the way through this time. It's called Baby Don't, and it's right here on Skip Happens. Here. That young lady right there, Paige King Johnson. Love it.
Don't, baby, don't pull the cork from the bottle if you don't wanna talk, wanna kiss, wanna find out, baby, what it is, what's going on in this room, all the chemistry between me and you, baby, don't let me linger any longer if you don't want me to fall like a domino, like a sunset sinking down in Mexico, like a drop of rain when the thunder rolls, like a cowboy riding in a rodeo, baby, don't. Oh no. Don't, baby, don't look at me that way, baby, if you don't want me to stop, want me to stare, don't you lean in closer, it ain't fair, baby, don't, no, baby, if you don't want me to fall like a domino, like a sunset sinking down in Mexico, like a drop of rain when the thunder rolls, like a cowboy riding in a rodeo, baby, don't. Oh no, baby, don't. Don't you do it, don't you do it. Don't smile at me, don't move that way, don't trip me up with the words you say, don't pour the wine, turn the lights down low, don't, baby, don't, if you don't like a cowboy riding in a rodeo. Want me to fall like a domino, like a sunset sinking down in Mexico, like a drop of rain when the thunder rolls, like a cowboy riding in a rodeo. Baby, don't. Baby, don't. Oh, no, baby, don't. Baby, don't. Oh, no, baby, don't.
Love it. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, baby, don't. Baby, don't.
It's that young lady right there, Paige King Johnson. It's called Baby Don't, and you're hearing it probably before anybody else if you're watching this live right now. So, because like you said, it's really not officially released until Friday. So there you go. That's got star all over it. Star power, man. That's you, young lady. And something to be really proud of what you're doing. I love the mix down on that too. I got to listen to it a little bit closer that time. Where did you record that?
Oh gosh. It was in Nashville. I'm trying to think of where we tracked the band at.
It's very tight. Sounds great.
Oh my gosh. I can see it in my head right now.
Okay.
It was on Music Row.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I was wondering whether or not you did it actually in Nashville or if you went to another studio somewhere else. So yeah, you went to Nashville and how does that process? Tell our listeners, our viewers, how does that process work as a recording artist? You lay down the tracks and then they bring it all together. How does all that work?
So the way this song went, and actually all of my songs that I have done so far, we'll go in and we'll have a band tracking day. So we'll have the whole band in the studio, and the studio is, all these sectioned off rooms for each instrument so that there's no bleed over and all the technical stuff for all the audio engineers that understand that kind of stuff. All I know is they lock all the different players up in different rooms.
They're like little closets.
Yeah, they are. They truly are.
Yeah.
But they all have glass on them so they can see the other people so that they're still meshing and there's still that feeling that you can get whenever you know a band is in sync and that they're playing together. And so they're all looking at each other and like giving the nods that you normally see bands giving, on stage. And I'll be in there doing what they call a scratch vocal of just singing the song along with them so that they can, get the feel of the song. And then usually the next day or two, I'll go back into the studio with just my producer and myself, and we'll spend hours and hours just cranking out vocals for the song. So this one in particular, I think we were there like 2 hours working on the vocals for this song, and just, no, that line wasn't exactly like we wanted it. Let's do it again. Or my producer, he's the world's worst and best for saying, "Oh, just give me one more."
Well, I can understand where he's coming from, because I do it on the radio side of things when we produce certain commercials, so to speak, and stuff. Sometimes you just have to do it over and over, or that's just not right. We need to do it this way. But 2 hours seems pretty quick, though. I don't know. Maybe you think it's a long time, but I think 2 hours, that's pretty darn good. If you can do that in 2 hours, lay your vocals down like that.
Well, we kind of had a pretty good idea for this song of where it was going to go. We had a pretty fleshed out demo for the song, with it being from such hit writers. I mean, all those hit writers, they have a fully produced demo by the end of whenever they're writing on that day. And so we had a good roadmap for where we wanted to go with it, and then just kind of went in and knocked it out whenever we did. It was a very quick trip for me because I have been so busy this summer. And so I had literally flown into Nashville on like a Monday afternoon. I had to I had to get an Uber straight from the airport to the studio so that we could track with the band. And then I went back to my house that night and slept, and I woke up the next morning and I went into the studio and we cut the vocals. And then I think I went in the next day whenever we had the background singers come in and record the vocals for that. And then I flew out the next day because I had a show.
That's
It
crazy.
was a whirlwind of a session.
So you have a place in Nashville.
I do.
You do. Excellent.
But you're not there very often.
Not right now, anyways. But fingers crossed for 2022. That I can start getting back there more often. Right now, I'm spending about a week out of every month there. So.
Oh, okay.
That sounds familiar, Deb.
Yes. When are you back there again?
I'll be back there in 2 weeks.
So will I. What dates are you going to be there? Are you
actually, a week and a half. I'll be there October 23rd through the beginning of November.
Oh, well, I may be able to work something out there.
Yeah, Deb's got work for the CMAs. I do know that. So
that's in November. And then I'm doing something in October that I can't say on air right now. Right. So, but maybe when I'm there, are you playing anywhere?
I do. I know I have at least one show or 2 shows in town. I'm going to be back and forth because one of those weekends I'm playing down in Alabama. So I'll be driving down there and then coming back up. But I always tell people this. My website knows more about where I'm going to be than I know.
And you do. I know. I'll just check your website. There you go.
Totally get it. Totally understand.
It's funny though, but when we talk to artists, don't we always think that, hey, where are you going to be? What date, what week, what state are you going to be in? We think you know all this stuff and you can rattle it off. And how many times do they say, I need to check my website calendar? Yeah. Because I just pack my bags. Yeah.
And how true is it that if you're on a major tour and you're on a tour bus, really you just wake up in another city, more than likely you've got to go, all right, where are we? We're playing in Syracuse tonight. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Wow.
Hello. Turns around. What city are we in? Hello, Raleigh.
Have you ever had something crazy happen to you on stage? Ooh. Something that really kind of like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened.
I mean, I've probably had a couple wardrobe, not malfunctions, but just not the most desirable situation happen. Being a woman, you have to deal with a lot of extra clothing pieces and putting on spandex underneath your skirt or whatever. So, I mean, stuff like that you just have to deal with and things may not end up like you wanted them to be. I don't think I've ever had anything crazy. I was playing a festival a couple of weeks ago, and it was a festival that I had played a couple of years ago as well. And they told me, they said, hopefully we'll luck out this year because the band that played after you last time, whenever you played, a woman came and rushed the stage right at the end of it and was yelling and screaming and running up on stage and pushing people around. And I was like,
oh my God.
Thank God it wasn't me.
Oh my gosh.
If you could open for anybody right now, I know, you got Pam Tillis and all that, but you know what I'm going to ask. If you could open up for anybody right now, who would you like to be with? Or who would you like that to be?
I've always said that my dream collaborator or tour mate or whatever, number one would be Loretta Lynn, just because we all know that she's in the latter half of her career and life. And so to be able to say that had ever happened, because she is one of my biggest inspirations as a songwriter and a woman in country music, that would definitely be number one.
Cool.
Very nice.
Very cool. And if I was to jump into your car or truck right now and turn the radio on, would it be country or would it be pop, or what do you think would be on there?
Yeah, it's country. 100% country.
You're 100% country?
I don't listen. I wouldn't say 100% because there's always the little bit of ghetto side that comes out in every country girl.
Oh yeah.
I get it. Even the old man. I get it.
Yeah.
So, there's some days where it's on pop or it's on early 2000s rap that I can get down with if I've had 2 White Claws. But
love it.
Your mother's sitting there shaking her head right now. You realize that?
Oh my
It's okay. She knows it's the truth.
Yeah.
She was just actually my mom and I, because I just made a TikTok recently, and I swore I wasn't going to delve into the TikTok culture, but I did. And my mom and I spent a good 30 minutes one day just learning the fancy like dance. And even though Walker Hayes is country, it's still on the very pop R&B side of country. So, then you have those moments too.
And do you realize there's another version of that now? It's with is it
Kesha.
Kesha? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. And actually it's pretty good.
Yeah. There's all kinds of crossovers happening right now.
But then I also saw that he's got another one coming out that's very similar to that. I don't know if that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Okay, this is good. It's kind of a novelty thing, and it started out as a TikTok, and it's promoting Applebee's and all that, but it's okay. But then again, you're going to follow it up with another one like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea. It's just my opinion. But
He should have hired you. He should have hired you as a manager. Yeah.
I don't think so. That's a really nice mug, by the way.
Thank you. It's a Jesus.
That probably came from another podcast host. What?
No, it's a Jesus mug. I really can't work this whole thing out, but
okay.
Oh my God, that mug's huge though.
This is my head.
That's a big ass mug. There you go. We're talking with Paige King Johnson tonight. Baby Don't is the new single. It drops on Friday. When we say it drops, it's not like it drops. That means it drops for you to hear. And it's a great single. I got to say, it's one of her best efforts yet. They've all been good. This is like just another step, and you've got some great people behind you. And it's so good to catch up with you. I'd love the smile on your face. I'd love to know that I know you got the backing of your mom and dad, and just you come from a great family, and just the music that you're giving us to play on the radio. We help each other here because it's good music. I need good music. You provide the good music.
And I listen to that good music.
That's right. And you promote it.
And I promote it.
And she comes on the podcast when she can get her computer working.
Right.
Seriously.
I know.
Anybody, if you work for Mac, please help them.
Oh my gosh, I know. And it's funny. Are you an Apple product person?
I am, and I used to be a PC person. I guess that's the other option, right? PC. And I got an Apple computer right before I started college, and now I frequently say some bad words if I have to deal with PCs anymore, because it's just you get so used to something.
Right. And my kids tell me that. They say once you get used to it, you'll love it.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I'm always I run both. This is a PC, and when I'm on this Mac, how many problems do I have, Skip? I think the thing just hates me.
Well, probably. Just come out. This is the MacBook Pro that's generating all this, so we can do this.
Yeah.
That's what I'm using here. But my whole voiceover side of things, that's all PC.
Oh wow.
They have different chips.
Yeah, but I got some high-end PCs, if you know what I mean. I mean, spare no expense, because obviously I need some good stuff. And the Mac runs this. So what we're doing here tonight. But I could always switch to a PC if I wanted to, but not going to. So
fancy.
Yeah. So fancy. So what's next for you? What do you see down the road? What do you think?
A lot of miles still have to be traveled this year for shows. Most definitely. I'm holding out until December 23rd is the last show that I have for this year, and I'm going to take a good 8 days of vacation.
Good for you. Are you doing radio tours? I mean, do artists do that anymore right now?
Right now, they aren't, like, just across the board, just because of Queen Rona still hanging around. So, which is really sad, because that was one of my favorite things I think I've ever done so far. But hopefully whenever the world figures out what's happening and finally reboots itself, then we'll get back on the road and be able to do radio tour. But until then, I'm grateful to be playing shows, and we have the music video coming out for this song later in the fall. And then I would definitely foresee some more new music coming out at the top of it.
Absolutely.
Nice. There's always a follow-up to the follow-up.
There's
just saying.
always more.
There is always more. So what are you doing for Halloween?
I'm not a Halloween person.
You're not. I was curious whether or not my niece goes absolutely over the top. She does the makeup and she's into all that. You know, if you ever look up Nightmare Barbie on the web, that's her. That's what she does. That was her creation, was Nightmare Barbie.
See, I'm such a scaredy cat. Like the scariest movie I think I've ever watched in my life was like Prom Night, and I was in 7th grade and I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. And if I'm being honest, people who are like really into Halloween kind of freak me out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of like a wholesome Thanksgiving kind of a girl.
Yeah. I got you.
Halloween's
Paige,
not my jam.
cool. And the honeymoon. Have you guys figured out what you're going to do for your honeymoon? You don't have to tell us if you don't want to. I'm just kind of curious. You're going to be able to do some traveling?
Well, he wants to go with you, so be careful where you say you're going.
People keep asking me, they're like, how's the wedding planning going? And I just kind of look at them, I'm like,
good.
It'll happen.
It will all fall into place, really.
I have a career that I'm still trying to like figure out to get back up on its legs after last year. So, you know, we're planning little things here and there, but I'm a very much of a firm believer of like it'll come together.
You know, and that's a great attitude. It will come together. And because, you know, I work weddings almost every weekend, and you don't try to plan anything out. Just, well, I mean, you do have to plan to a certain extent, but don't worry about things, because everything's going to happen that needs to happen. It's all going to play out fine, and it's going to be an awesome day. That's all. It's going to be great.
That's what, you know, we keep telling each other. We're like, at the end of the day, aside of the fancy whatever and the perfect menu and the, you know, perfect flowers, like we're still going to be just as married. And that's what we're both looking as
You're beautiful.
Absolutely.
Great attitude. Love it. I love it. Then you're going to take him on the road with you.
Oh yeah. I've already told him he has a CDL license. So I'm like, you know, whenever I get like a rig, you're going to have to drive my bus.
Tell them to hang on to that CDL. It's a good thing to have. I'm telling you, I had one for a lot of years. They're good to have. All right. Well, it's Paige King Johnson, everybody. Paige, it's been a pleasure to sit with you and talk with you. And we can still do our radio tours via the technology that we have. That's the good thing about this. And that's something good that came out of the pandemic, I guess, is that we can still keep in contact with the artists. And we thank you for providing us with some great music to play on the radio and for our listeners. So
well, thank you. I always love getting to talk to y'all, and I always appreciate from the bottom of my heart that y'all support my music all the time. So
all the time. CRS February.
Yes.
Remember that. It's still a go. We're gonna be there. And we'll do another. Yeah, put it up here, baby. Put it up there. No, tell your mom. Tell mom. Make note of it.
Mom, can you put it in the calendar?
February 23rd. We'll see you in Nashville.
Perfect.
I think it's the 23rd. Anyways,
it's that week. It's that Wednesday. It's that President's Week. So it's whatever Wednesday to Friday or Tuesday night to Friday, something like that. So
yeah, Paige, you're awesome. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Well, thank y'all for having me.
Anytime you want to come back, just let me know.
Okay, you got it.
And I'll think about it.
Okay.
Actually, we have to figure out how to get her to perform here in Syracuse.
Yeah.
We can make that work.
Yeah.
I'll come back and get some more of that. What was it, like dinosaur barbecue?
Oh yeah, we have dinosaur. We also have, you know, what's even better, I think, Limp Lizard. And,
okay, I think you told me that last time.
Yeah, Limp Lizard is it's just great barbecue. I mean, the dino is good too. The dinosaur's good, but yeah. And your mom says it's great to see y'all. Well, right back at you, Connie. We miss you, and we miss you too, Paige, and we hope to see you soon. Thanks for joining us here tonight on Skip Happens. If you're watching this, make sure you subscribe to Skip Happens on YouTube. We've got our Facebook page. Deb, give us all the info on the fan club.
Follow us at the official CMFC Country Music Fan Club, and we will be sure to keep you up to date with all of the new artists, new music, and everything happening with them.
And you have a New Music Friday, right?
we have New Music Friday, so we're going to be featuring Paige this Friday.
There you go. It'll be on there. And make sure you get the music. They can find all that info on your website too. If they want to get the song and all that, they can just go to PaigeKingJohnson.com. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Paige, you're awesome. We love you. And say hi to the fam. And we hope to see you again real soon.
Thank you. Virtual hugs to everybody.
Yes.
Love it. Love it. Have a great night.
Good
Bye
night,
now.
everyone.